evening and welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea Flosstube video number
18.
It is Wednesday the 3rd of November 2021, isn't it? I think we got it.
And your name is?
Oh yeah, I'm Victoria.
And I'm Catherine.
And welcome for those who haven't watched us before, and for those that have, you'll know that we always manage to stuff up our start, so, you know, going as normal.
Yeah, and I don't think it's number 18, it might be number 19.
Oh, number something.
What else? Yeah,
welcome.
We're back. Not as tired as last time.
No, which is amazing, because you had a very strenuous weekend.
I don't know. Well, no, I am really tired, but just not as tired as that time. I don't know why I was so tired at that time. I have been silly and gone to bed too late these days, but anyway. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I am very well. Busy. My house is looking amazing. The painter is almost finished.
Great.
What's been up with me? Not a lot. Working from home, catching up with family. Haven't done as much stitching as I hoped, but we've still got some progress on some projects. But the really exciting bit is, how are you and what have you been up to?
Oh, I'm yawning.
It's always a good start.
I worked from home today, which literally means I could get into bed at 4.
Oh, nice.
And this is what happens. As soon as it's 4 o'clock, I'm like, I just mess around. I'm like walking around like an idiot. I don't. And then Martin arrives, and then there's no chance of just getting into bed and doing nothing. So I'm kind of knackered. But I worked from home today, which was great because A, you can eat properly. It's so nice to eat when you're at home.
It's lovely. You can have hot food and fresh food. And
I had an epic mushroom, spinach and chili omelette with an actual chili that I chopped up.
Nice.
And I did some, I'll show you, I did some darning today, some mending, which has been on my to-do list, on my pile of stuff for 2 months now. So I'm very excited about it. So I might wear my dungarees to work tomorrow.
Excellent.
Because tomorrow's Thursday, which is like my Friday, so I can go a little bit less profesh. That's how I play it. Dungarees and a blazer, and I think I can get away with it.
Absolutely.
Distract people with the big hair.
Yeah, and the red lips.
Yeah, I don't do red lips. I can't be bothered.
Oh.
Every so often I'll see Claire or someone will say, "Oh, you look great in red lipstick," and then I'm like, "Oh, I must make an effort," and I never do. Can't be bothered. Too much effort.
Just for the special people on the Flosstube.
Yes, yes. For posterity, this lingers. I'm okay. I had a very busy but very exciting weekend, full of like life ticks, because I went to a dry stone wall course in Bannockburn through the Otago Polytechnic, and that was amazing. I've wanted to learn how to do dry stone walls since I was a little person living in England, because we lived in Yorkshire and they have amazing kilometers and miles and miles and miles of dry stone walls. It's very beautiful. So anyway, I finally organized myself and I did it with my young daughter Christina, and I thought that was peripherally good for her because she does a lot of conservation volunteering, which is not going to be what she studies, but I think, you know, it all adds to the richness of your life. And I thought, oh, this could be a thing. You know, you could end up volunteering somewhere where they have to repair a wall as well. So we went together. We went in the camper. I was all grown up. I had to do all the driving there and back. We didn't cook. That was my compromise. Go in the camper, pay for a non-powered campsite, which is the cheapest, but we ate out.
Good.
And then we built amazing wall.
Excellent.
And I did it with I didn't do it with my baby. We're in the same team, 8 people. But I let her, like, she did her own thing. She, like, had a different partner to me.
That's so cool. Are you happy to put the photos on?
Yeah, we can put the photos.
We'll add some photos in.
Yeah, we'll add them. So if you get a chance, if you live in New Zealand or Australia, apparently they get people from Australia sometimes, which seems bizarre. I'm sure they have dry stone wall courses in Victoria in Australia, because I've been told that Victoria is the place where you find the dry stone walls in Australia.
Okay.
I'm sure they have them, but anyway, they do get people that come, and it's their excuse to do a New Zealand holiday as well.
Usually catch up with family
It wasn't cheap. I thought it was blooming expensive. They don't sell dry stone wall courses in the op shop. But it's such a good craft skill. Very enriching. I thought it was amazing. I was very happy. So I was happy to pay as well.
Was it nice to be physically tired at the end of the day?
Oh my God. It was so good. It just reminded me I've never been a couch potato. Like growing up until I was about, actually, truth be told, until I had children. I was a very active person. I was a doer, I was a climber, I was a tomboy growing up. And I did say that to Martin. It was just so good. Like, my arms really hurt here. Both sides were really sore. My buttocks, oh my lord. Bending down, I was like, oh. But it just felt so good to use your body.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, after the first day, I was so sore. My hands were so sore that I knitted to kind of try and use different muscles and loosen up, and that worked a treat.
Nice.
Because I think you were holding the rocks like this with like macro muscles.
Yeah.
And then I did like
yeah.
fine work, and that was great.
Excellent.
So anyway, if you can do it because it was great. And our instructor was called Paul Newman. So that was a treat.
Lovely.
Yes. So that was it. I think that's all I've done. We went to quiz night last night.
Oh yeah, we came very middling.
We came very middling.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
not our best showing, but that's all right.
And I was in an interesting mood. I was fighting the patriarchy throughout
You were.
quiz.
Yeah. And when they changed the menu at the venue, and
They changed the
it's not for the
menu.
better.
I'm actually going. I'm going to look for another one.
Yeah.
They have no curly fries now. What is that about?
No crunchy fries.
No, it's not like. Well, I mean, no curly fries.
fries.
But the new fries, they were soft. They weren't soggy, but they were soft.
They're like the
It's
ones
bad.
that your mum cooks at home and says, "Oh, you know, there's
They're
just like
off-brand.
the bought ones."
It's like
It's
the off-brand, isn't it?
No, it's not. This is nothing like the one.
And in fact, I didn't realise until we were in the cafe that Martin was starving. Hubby's trying to lose a bit of weight.
Poor man.
Whatevs. But he was a bit testy. And then Victoria had sent me a photo saying they've changed the menu. And I said to Martin, oh, they've changed the menu. And he said, as long as we've got curly fries. And then we were off the
No
menu.
curly fries.
It was hilarious.
Oh.
And he was very disappointed. Martin can get very disappointed about chip situation.
Oh,
So he
they
was
were not
sad.
good chips.
He was sad. What else?
We had a Labour weekend and you came over and we did some stitching in the oven.
Oh, that's right.
That was a week
Yeah,
or so ago.
that was nice.
Life's just been ticking along. I can't believe it's November.
Yeah, I think the way I feel like, because I went to your house and I was tired that weekend, what a surprise. But we went and I just did 2 hours because then I had to go and visit somebody else. And it just felt lovely because we tend to do like epic 6-hour events, don't we?
It was nice. It was just a nice little, oh, let's get together and stitch and chat. And
Yes, and that was very lovely. And then Sophia was here as well. My eldest came from Wellington. Yeah, I feel like a grown-up because I left her. She came to visit and then I left.
Yeah.
So that was
First
that
time
kind of
you've
seemed
done
to
that.
mark something. But you know, it's nice to do things with Christina as well, and so we'd already made plans and stuff.
Excellent.
Should
we crack into
That's
it?
it. Yeah, let's talk about things. I wanted to show you something before we start. So, at the beginning of the video, you'll put it at the beginning.
I'll just tie it in now. Wait, we'll show it and then I'll put the photo in.
Really?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. You
So I'm
do
gonna
that.
do with your
That sounds
stonewall
like
ones.
That sounds like effort. I put it either at the beginning or put it at the end because that's the easiest thing. I just wanted to show you this little cloth that I made, which is going to be brilliant with the glare.
Yeah.
So it's just been Day of the Dead. And I didn't grow up with the Day of the Dead celebrations, but we do celebrate in Peru. And as often happens when you leave your home country, all the things you never did when you were in your home country, you start doing when you leave. Like, for example, cooking traditional meals, because you've never had need. Anyway, my parents have passed away, so one year we decided to celebrate it. And then I made this. So the reason I'm showing this is because it's cute. And it only gets shown once a year. I set the table with a tiny little altar. I don't do all the rituals. But I'm not a crocheter, but look at that.
You did an amazing
talk
job.
about blowing my own trumpet, but I'm quite pleased with that. So a nice bright orange crochet, whatever that is. And then I just used stem stitch just to decorate it a little bit. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, not too shiny, and then I put a skull there. Just a little bit of flowers, and this is a second-hand bed sheet. What a surprise. So we've probably had this about, my mum passed away 2010, so we've had it since probably 2011. And it is quite nice to just have like a very purposeful time of the year when you think about people that are not with you anymore. So I always gather some flowers and then I put a candle. That's all I do. No baking, no fruit, nothing like that. And then I post something on Instagram usually. Just subliminally messaging the girls. So anyway, I really like it. It was a lovely thing to do and also a great excuse to do some stitching. So, good thing.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, what are we starting with? Oh, you're leading. You're leading because this is my house.
Yes, it is.
I can sit back.
You
I
can
sit
indeed.
back and
but I'm going to
relax.
ask you the questions because it's the to and fro that we're really good at.
Yes.
Have you got any fully finished objects?
We're doing cross-stitch segment. No,
Yeah.
I do not. What a
Alright.
surprise.
Do you have any finished objects?
No.
No. Well, I don't have any fully finished, but I do have a finish.
Woohoo!
So, you may recall that I have been working on the Barbara Anna Witchy Stitchy Stitch-Along. And so it's all finished, and I love it.
It is so, so cute.
It's so pretty. I really, I had lots of fun doing it, so I recommend this pattern for anyone who's tempted.
So is it available now?
Yes, you can buy it from, well, I know you can get it from a number of places. I know it's on 123 Stitch. It's on Creative Poppy if you just want to buy the download, which is great when you live in a different country.
Downloads are the best. Yeah, it's funny because some companies refuse to do digital until the lockdowns, and then they were like, "We're sorting ourselves out." So that's brilliant. Like, I can't imagine a company that doesn't do digital now.
Oh, there's one. There's don't know who's doing it, but there's one called, is it Flaming Flamingo or something that I really want? That's not the company. It's the name of the cross stitch.
Oh,
but
okay.
they're in the US, and I'm just not buying stuff from overseas at the moment. It's
Yeah, because they're not delivering to New Zealand.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
I like that she has freckles.
I know, she's so cute.
She is very adorable.
I'm going to frame her in a hoop, I think.
So nice. So you're going to become a Halloween person?
No, but I'm probably going to become a Barbara Anna person, if I wasn't already.
Oh, see, I can be with you on that, because I'm theoretically a Barbara Anna person. I'm just not buying anything.
Oh, well,
But
don't worry about that.
theoretically-
Tell me which ones you want.
No, because I also don't want to burden myself with to-dos.
Yeah.
But they're so cute.
That's so cute.
So cute. And I think the colour of fabric that you chose is perfect.
Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was linen natural or... I can't remember.
Flax.
Flax, it might have been flax. But it's great. I'm super pleased with it.
Very
It was
pretty.
so much fun to do. I really enjoyed the stitch along aspect of it.
And it wasn't too heavy, was it? It was like, you said one area had a lot to do.
Oh, yeah,
But
okay.
it wasn't like the long dog or anything like that.
No, nothing like this. So this bit here was one section. The leaves over a hat.
So
like
1
that.
week?
It was a fortnight. They did every sort of
Okay.
14 days. But that took me probably a day
Yes,
and
you
a
have
half with the stitching to do.
You have to clarify, because in Canada, they don't say fortnight.
Oh, 2 weeks. And this was
Apparently.
the second bit, I think. I might have that round the wrong way. I'm not quite sure which way I'm looking at it.
Either or.
And that again took a day and a half. And then the whole figure was the last section. And that took me about a week. Just stitching in the evenings has been I haven't had a chance to do a good solid day for ages. But
Yeah, because you went away as well. But I think you went away before our last.
Yes, yeah, went away before this last bit had been issued. But I was determined to get it finished because I didn't want anything hanging over. So I'm super, super pleased with that. I think it's absolutely delightful.
Grand.
Right,
Very good.
whips.
Whips. Oh, I've made progress, so you wouldn't judge me.
Excellent.
So I am working.
You must think I'm a really judgy person because you said
I just say that because it's funny. Anything for a
judgy.
laugh. Everybody said. I once went to counselling, as one does when one gets to my age, and I was like, and this person thinks I'm really judgy. I was crying. And the counsellor, who was very lovely, he said, everybody judges. Most people hide it. I was like, I can't hide my feelings. Anyway, he also taught me a very good trick for crying without looking like shit.
Oh, tell me that, because I'm an ugly crier.
So I was an ugly crier. But the idea, so what? This is not yours to do. So skip the next 3 minutes. But he taught me like it was the J-Lo style of crying.
Aww.
So when you're crying, you just let your tears flow, and then you just catch your tears when you need to like control something or wipe. You just catch it. You don't do this. None of this. So it's just like gently placing and capturing
your
tears. And you do that on both sides. And then, if your nose is running, you just like, you have your little pointy hanky and you just kind of dab.
Oh, that wouldn't work.
And then your nose doesn't go super red.
I create a lot of fluids when I cry.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, I was like the biggest ugly crier. I could be an actress now.
Ooh.
Like, even when I'm really upset. It's very stoical looking. I love it. Anyway.
Lovely. Excellent. I'm going to remember that for
There's
next
on a
time.
side. Everybody has counselling stories. How did that even start? Judging. No, I just say the judging thing because I know you don't judge me because it's funny. It's funny. Anyway, the other the positive judgy thing is when you show people this and you're like, oh, this is what I'm working on. They're like, they're non-stitchers. They're like, oh my God, you're amazing. And I just let them think I am.
Well, you are amazing.
Yes. Anyway, so I've been working on my Heartstring Samplery. His eye is on the Sparrow, which of course I'm butchering because I am not listening to any of the rules. Well, not only do I not follow the crosses like you should, but also I have done my verse from the poem turned into a song by the amazing Peruvian Susana Baca.
See previous Flosstube videos.
And you know how, oh, okay, so I think it was Mrs. Stitcher. So there's someone on Instagram called Mrs. Stitcher. She actually lives in Spain, but I don't know enough about her. She might be called Beatriz. I'm not sure. I think she watches the Spanish one as well. Anyway, so I was gutted because my friend had said that this was one word. And
Judgy.
Yeah, and I kind of thought that it was, so I was like, drat, I'm gonna have to change it, like, because that's supposed to be 2 words. Anyway, so this person on the Instawebs messaged me. I think she might have messaged me on the YouTubes, actually. Anyway, she said, why don't you just undo the I and then undo the T and then shift them? Just the 2 letters, instead of undoing all this, to here, just undo those 2 and then shift them out. Then I thought I can do one better than this. And all I did is I removed a little tail on the eye and I thought that was good enough. Anyway, I have completed it. And just to make Victoria uncomfortable, I did not chart it because life's short. And I quite like the fact they won't be mathematically correct.
It's gorgeous.
And it is so cute and I love it. And then, okay, so when I was in, oh yes, and do you love this? It's wonky. Because what I could have done, oh, this is terrible. Okay, so what
Do you want me to hold something?
No. I need to move the tea that Martin very graciously made me. Okay, so the phrase goes from here to this end, but it's not long enough. So then I could have put this bit lower down. I could have centered it and put it in the middle. You
could have centered it.
But that would have been too neat and that would upset me. I mean, I know it makes Victoria uncomfortable. But then I thought, no, I'm going to put it here like it was an afterthought. That will look cool. And then, when I was in school, in Spanish, if you're going to break up a word, you would put a dash. So, for example, somos, it's so, and then it goes mos, but then I have to add the dash. I don't think they do that anymore.
They do it in English, but I don't think.
No, I don't think it's not something you're taught anymore. No, it's just not. It's like
because everything's done
when we were younger. You used to type letters and said, "Dear Sir, Madam, comma." That doesn't exist anymore. Doing comma is just like you're showing your age.
Yep. Who needs punctuation?
It's just changed. I think computers changed
and
things.
text. Not very few people punctuate text.
Yeah, I know.
Even though we tend to write essays on them now.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm very happy with that. So I did that. And then there's these cute little houses. above the line. Can you see the little houses? They're very beautiful. So I've started my little houses.
I'm loving your colour selection for this.
Yes, so, okay, so this has got a story. Do you remember 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Yes, I have watched it. Do I really remember the details?
Okay.
Not quite.
There is one bit when one of the actresses, the really short, kooky one, she goes to a wedding and she's wearing orange and purple.
Mm.
And there's a comment about the juxtaposition of the pagan and the ecclesiastical. So that came into my mind. I was like, oh, brilliant. I can have the juxtaposition of the pagan orange with the ecclesiastical purple. So my houses are going to be purple.
Excellent.
But I'm also scared of purple because I think it's potentially a little bit naff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my houses. Like, I'm going to finish everything and then I'm going to choose whether it is purple.
Nice.
That's a lot of talking for this. You're welcome. Anyway, it's developing.
It's
I am
looking
very happy.
so good.
And then bless Victoria, she was like, oh, what are you going to do about your animals? I'm just going to shove them off to one side. I'm not going to worry about it. So yes. And what I love about this is because I haven't, don't be surprised, but I haven't pre-planned anything. As I'm sewing, as I'm embroidering, I'm like, oh, and I'll do this. So now I'm thinking, I want a lot of the animals to be blue heavy. So like different tones of blue, because blue is one of my favorite colours. So I thought I'd do that.
Nice.
So we shall see. I'm making progress.
This was great.
And this was very bad because I stayed up till like 12:25 one night.
What time is light out time normally?
If I'm going to be a grown-up, it should be 11 at the very latest. Grown-up Catherine thinks that at 10 she stops crafting and she starts reading until 11.
Winding down, yeah.
Never happens. Never happens. And then, of course, because I've got friends in other continents, that's a good time to get messaging. Anyway, very happy. I'm very happy with progress. Here's my beautiful kimono bag, which is not at all like what people show, but never mind. I love my kimono bag. Okay.
All right.
So that was one. What else have you got?
So I have been working on...
That has been mentioned in a couple of floss tubes. Did I send you a message about those?
No.
Oh.
Are people picking them up?
No, I think someone had just finished it.
Oh.
But I thought
always late to the party, am I?
No, but I think it would be really nice for you to see what people have, how it looks.
Yeah. So this is a peacock, a unicorn, a badger, and I have managed to progress but not finish.
Yeah.
On this very large bit of cloth.
1/1?
My badger. No, it's 40 count to 1/2. So it's like almost like doing it 1/1.
1/2.
Well, it's not quite.
Okay.
One piece of floss over 2.
Yeah, that's what I normally do, isn't it?
Because it's a small, yeah. So it's the same count as what you did your Miss Bingley on.
Mm.
So that's super cute. It's coming along quite nicely. It's taking longer than I expected. I think because of the smaller count, I'm not
I love the
sure I need it
ridiculous.
quite so much.
I think my favourite thing about cross-stitch patterns is the ridiculousness of the animals.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're comics of animals.
Yeah, see, I love it because I love this. So far, I'm really enjoying, I love this because it's all bordered by a big sort of dark brown line. It's great.
Why is that great?
No subtlety to it. It's like, this is what it is and this is the outside.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like when you're a kid, you draw the...
Yeah. In fact, it's making me think, I went to the trade aid shop on George Street on Tuesday. And I just went in to, like, ingest some beauty through my eyes.
What did you buy?
I didn't buy anything, but I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to buy a car. There's a little rug that they have that's made in maybe Nepal or Tibet.
Lovely.
And it's exactly that. It's the animals that are like, bam.
Yeah. Nice.
There's no 300 tone shading.
No.
It's like, this is an orange, I'm going to say leopard, and Martin's going to pipe up and say, that's the wrong colour. But like whatever animal, it's like orange and black. It's not 12 shades of orange and like browns and blacks. No, it's just orange and black. And
there is some shading in this, I'll say, but yeah. I love that. Just bam, this
it's
is
naive. That's what it is. I like the naivety of it.
Lovely.
Very good. Very good. So, so even though you're doing this massive piece, are we still running with the, like, you're buying a meal for Claire and I?
Yeah. Why not?
You're keeping track?
Yeah. I said 2 years, didn't I?
Yes.
So I've still got another sort of
but
14 months.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it's now November, so...
Yeah. I've finished like 3 things. Only one of them I think was on that list.
I'll start choosing the restaurant.
Nice.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so after that, I started 2 things. So I'll show you the first one. I started 2 things. I didn't count and I didn't plan. I couldn't be bothered. So I could be, next week I could be showing you undone. Okay, so what I'm doing is a Mexican sampler that was charted by Yany Stitcher. So when I discovered that she'd done a chart, I bought it, and it's super straightforward to buy it from her. You just have to message her. So on her videos, Yany Stitcher, she has her email. You just email her, then she sends you a PayPal bill, and then you get it on an email. So this one's called Cuando se corona un gusto. And the reason I liked it is because it's got lots of symbols. So instead of a crown, they have the image of a crown. And I remember doing similar things growing up. You know, when you're in primary, probably, you're doing cute things like that. So,
the emojis of our youth.
That's right. That's right. Analog emojis. And at the time, so it's funny when you let things marinate. Because initially I said that I would do it so that the writing resembles our writing. So there's good spacing between words and stuff, which is not what the sampler is. The sampler, they're all bunched together. And I decided I didn't want that. Well, I've changed my mind.
Good.
So I am doing it as per the original. So I'm very excited about that. And I am using... This has I think this is from Number 12 Stitch Co, which is a company, I can't see a thing.
It's in Australia, do you want me to read it?
No, I know what it is, but I'm just thinking in general, I'm getting to that point where really I need to carry my glasses everywhere. Anyway, so this is Number 12 Stitch Co, and is it by Nicola? I think Nicola's company, and the colour is Rain Cloud, and it's 36 count. And I'm doing it with a blue.
It's a beautiful blue.
It is a beautiful. I do have a thing for blue, so I think this is looking very cute. No counting, because I figure I'm not there yet, because it's like 306 stitches wide. This is one of my favorite. Oh, two nice things happened. One was that I was looking for the color number, and I kept it because I'm such a grown up. So this is DMC 312. It's a beautiful blue. And I also found my itty bitty scissors.
Itty bitty scissors. Nice. You didn't find any of those red flosses you lost.
They're in your house. I'm sure they're in your house. My little scissors that I love. Oops. I keep losing them. There we go. It is very cute. It's very cute, but you lose the tip, which is why I've put it in the tin. I put it in the safe place, and I only found it when I decided to start sewing again. So I've organised myself. It's got a great big... See, I'm super elegant. Like, I'm all about the floss drops. I'm all about reusing, and this is from the stuff you gave me.
Excellent.
Yes. So I'm happy with that, and I love the blue, and I think this is going to be quite a quick stitch.
I think it will be. There's a lot of negative
space. Yeah, it's 306 by like 327 or something like that, but there's a lot of blank.
Yeah, I reckon only about a quarter of it's actually got stitches, but there's still a lot of counting to work out where it goes.
Do you know, all I'm doing is I am just projecting a young girl in 1800s that couldn't be asked.
Yeah. She didn't want to be doing it.
She did not want to be doing this.
She wanted to be outside with the boys.
Oh no, she wanted to go horse riding. No, she knew she couldn't, but she wanted to be horse riding.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this one.
Excellent.
So now I have something to rotate with. So happy about that.
Excellent. We done?
Yes.
Right, so the other one that I have been working on is Miss Bingley's Library, which we're all very familiar with. And you won't be able to tell, but I did about half a dozen rows of roof. So you really not a lot of progress.
You spent 12 hours, you can't tell.
Done some roof. Yeah. But I'm really enjoying how that's coming along.
Very pretty. The variegation really shows. Very nice.
It's swamp water, I think.
Very nice. Yeah. I like it a lot.
So I need to, well, that we'll talk about plans later, but yeah.
I'm just thinking the way she's standing is not very ladylike.
It's not.
Her legs are too wide apart.
She is. Well, maybe because they didn't wear undies, she's managed to drip some stuff on her pantaloons and she's having to dry out a bit at the top of the chimney.
You're so lighter. No, she's balancing is what it is.
Oh.
This is so pretty. Come on, Kim.
Yes.
You can get started with this now. Nice.
Pretty. Have you got any other cross-stitchy things?
I've got one more. So I started, I don't know that I can show you this. So, okay, so interesting things about this. So this is...
I know 2 interesting things already.
Okay, so this is the Ada that we were sent from the UK, from the north of England. So special Ada because it comes from the north of England, which I dyed with avocado, and it's the batch called Tierra. So I thought, oh, I'll use this because what had happened, I'd put this together, I'd put the colours and the fabric together, and I realised the reason I wasn't starting it is because I couldn't really see the holes in this linen, because I think it's clothing linen.
Oh.
I don't think it's, not this.
Not this.
This.
Oh.
No. I think it was clothing linen, and I just couldn't see. And that's why it kept putting me off. And then I thought, Catherine, just get Ada. You actually liked it in Ada, because I think Kim used Ada for this. So this is a pin cushion that Kim from Cataloguing My Stitches did. And so I thought, this is what, that's why I dyed it. I thought I'm going to use it for the pin cushion. It's a Daisies pin cushion. It's very cute.
Excellent.
And
can you show us a picture? Or is
I'm
the
just
pattern
thinking,
on it?
and I think that's the pattern.
Yeah.
I'll do this. Ooh.
Oh, it's going to be one of the mystery ones for us all.
Well, can you see? It's called Bloom Bright, and it's from Cross Stitcher magazine. So because I work at the university, I have access to all the university periodicals in the library, so I could access this magazine for free.
Yes.
So I just printed the pattern, and it's going to be very cute. But yeah, I don't want to show you the pattern too clearly, but it's got 2 roses and a daisy.
Nice big blooms.
Yes.
Or as big as
but
they
it
get on a
also,
pin cushion.
it's also, it almost looks a bit pixelated, which I really like the look of that.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
I think this one's great on the Ada.
Yes. So that's that.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, do you see how pretty all my floss is? Because I know people like the pretty flosses.
You show your pretty flosses and then I'll show mine.
It's not a competition. So this is the white that I'm using. From the dregs of what Victoria gave me ages ago. Don't.
No, I'm going to show
Don't.
mine. Yes, because they haven't seen the bits I've added to it.
You have to give me space to do my ridiculous show and tell first. And then you can show your pretty stuff. So this is my white. And these are my colours. Oh, I've got glasses here. Oh no, this is my special glasses. So yeah, I haven't done anything. This is how beautifully I craft. It's very organised. But I do have one in a peg. So that's something. Now you can show your pretty things.
Alright, I think I've shown you all my floss drops before. But I have now put like a cover on them, which has the name of the stitch and a little photo, because I keep a lot of the floss drops in the bag. And that of course is the symbol on the pattern. And it's just wonderful. I'm loving my floss drops.
I think your floss drops are sort of marginally nicer than how I organise my things. Marginally.
Nah. Anyway, so that's probably it for cross stitch. Oh,
have you
plans?
done? Is that you done as well?
Well, we've got to do purchases because I've bought some stuff.
Is that you done with your whips?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Cool. Plans. I want to finish my Whip It Good. Someone posted on Instagram their Whip It Good and it was perfect. I need to think what to put in it, and also slightly deflated because daughter was not enamoured of it.
Aww.
It kind of like as a mum of like late teens, early 20s people, they're not like thrilled.
Would you be more enamoured of it if you maybe like made it into a bag or something? I've seen a lot of
We've
people...
talked about that. Yeah, that's on the list. But it's just like I just need to have a moment where I just go, fine. Fine. But I do want to just get something done. So
Excellent.
I also, she's like me. She doesn't like waste. And so if I give her something that's not useful, she's going to be like, that's annoying. So I want to get that. By the next fortnight, I want that to be done.
Excellent.
I might even just put her name and like
put a date or something in there.
or just a year or something. The year she went to uni. Oh, Maybe something. I'll think of something. So that's on my plans.
Excellent.
And these three, I'll make progress with these three things.
Excellent. My
What about you?
plans are one new start. I'm not quite sure what I'll start, but I'll start something new and progressing some stuff I haven't touched in a while.
Okay, so kind of a semi-rotation.
Do a wee rotation. Although I do want to get the roof finished on Miss Bingley's library. But there's only a couple more rows left and that's done, so. Excellent. Right.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like I have time, but you still work full time.
I do work full time.
It sucks, isn't it?
Oh, now,
I kind of feel like there is time now for me to have my rotations again.
I'm not a shopper butt or a stitch pantry. Do you have any cross-stitch pantry?
No.
No. Right. So, you know how I said I was going to become a Barbara Ann person?
When she said she was going to, it's because she has.
So I enjoyed doing the Witchy Stitch Along so much that I went and bought all the other Dreaming ones that I hadn't already purchased. So that is... I might take it out of the plastic.
I hope loads of people do that. Wouldn't it be cool? Like you can buy a second home.
Woodland Dreams. I quite like that with lots of mushrooms.
Oh, let's have a look. I'll tidy it. You do it.
So I bought these from Creative Poppy so I could download them. And this is Dreaming Frida. And Dreaming Girl, which I think quite a few people have done. And I've seen it on a lot of people's.
I really like what Michelle Bendy Stitcher has done.
Loved what she did with hers.
Just adopting the missing and murdered Indigenous women of America. Or Native women, something like that.
And Garden of Dreams.
That looks like Anne of Green Gables.
It does. I just think they're going to look lovely as a wee selection not hanging on my wall. Because I already had Dreaming of... Oh, I always say it wrong. Klimt, thank you.
You've got to be careful with that word.
I know.
Klimt.
Yeah.
Have you seen that film?
Oh, the one...
With Helen Mirren?
Yes, I love that film.
Very good. Very good film.
So those were my big purchases. And they're not terribly expensive. I think they're $7 or $8 US. So they transfer to about...
I love how we do like calculations in our head. That makes it sound good.
You know, $12, $13, $14.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
fine.
a bit. That's a bit. Nice. See, I think part of the appeal is the pops of bright colours that she does.
Yes.
Especially people that tend not to go for pops of bright colour in their own work, they're drawn to that, I think. That's my theory.
And I was really, really impressed with how much I really enjoyed doing the Witchy one and how cute it is as a finished product.
I wonder, does anyone know, I've looked already, so I'm not being lazy. Does anyone know if there is a Barbara Anna interview somewhere? I'd love to hear her talk about her process and where her inspiration comes from, or just know what she looks like.
Yeah.
I'm a people person. I'm always drawn to I always go and try and find interviews and things like that. So this is nice purchasing.
Yeah.
And that massive rip rack, I think they sell it in Stitch Witches now.
Ah,
If you wanted to do.
I don't know if I'll make it into a bag. Although I do like it as a bag. I have two minds because I know it'll get worn through really quickly.
Oh, it's interesting. I was talking to one of my friends about cross stitch, and she doesn't like things being displayed. She doesn't particularly like houses with lots of cross stitch on the walls. And she had given a cross stitch to her mum, and I think it was a cushion, and she says, and she just throws it in the washing machine and blah 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 blah. And she's had it for maybe 10 years.
Oh wow.
And it's starting to look worse for wear. But for her, she was saying that it feels like she really used it. Like it really was part of her mum's life.
Yeah.
And so she's happy with that. And I kind of think I lean more towards that. Like I completely understand. But even then, so I've got a cushion that I embroidered probably 11 years ago. It's a naked pregnant lady on a cushion. It's just stem stitch. And I love that. It's like one of my precious possessions that I would grab in a fire. But because people do use it as a cushion, it's starting to wear.
Yeah. It's a beautiful cushion.
But yeah, you do kind of, you have to make that decision, don't you? And you're never going to get rid of your pattern, so you could redo things.
I could. And I probably would.
Yeah. It's a tricky, but you're not going to make your decision until you've completed the stitching, and then you can decide.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's it for me for cross stitch.
Very good, very good. Yeah, well, I'm just going to continue.
Excellent.
What I'm doing. Non-cross stitchy, Victoria.
I have got nothing. I exhausted my resources when I made my roll.
Oh, that's right. That was good. Oh my god. I'm an old woman. Okay, so what have I... Okay, so what I'm working on, or do I do finished objects, non-stitchy?
However you want, this section is purely for your
Okay, I'll do what I'm working
multiple
on.
talents.
So, do I even have... Right, okay, so I bought this wool from... Oh, I don't have the label, do I? Oh no, I do. The type of wool is called Peerie, and it's from Brooklyn Tweed. And I'm not a fan of merino. I very quickly became bored with merino because suddenly the world... So I've been in New Zealand 17 years, and it must have been about 18 years, around the 17, 18, 20 years, 16 years, merino just went crazy worldwide. They discovered it was soft, and it was just like push, push, push. Lots of things changed in that time. Like before, you used to buy wool, and if it was superwash, it would say superwash wool. Whilst now they're having to say non-superwash because the market is flooded with superwash. Anyway, don't like any of that. So anyway, I don't really like merino, but I wanted the orange. I wanted the bright orange, and it's a lovely orange. So I bit the bullet. I was looking into it, and apparently it's spun in a way that pills less. So the pilling is when you get the little balls, or when you wear it, and that's annoying. But it's spun in a different way apparently. So all the strands are kind of wrapped. It's not superwash. But anyway, I'm making myself a cardigan because my my yellow cardigan is one of the things I wear the most. I love it.
As a non-knitter, what is a superwash versus a non-superwash wool?
So, if you have a non-superwash wool, it's a very natural product. And it means that when you have to wash it, you have to wash it by hand and with care, without big contrasts in temperature or agitation. So, you just have to be a little bit more careful with it. But one of the things, when you buy superwash, it has gone through a process which either coats the yarn in a plastic or with chemicals, they take off all the scales. So, because in the same way that we have scales in our hair, the wool from the animal has scales.
Okay.
So either way, I don't like it because I don't think it's nice for the environment.
Yeah, so it's very...
and also, I really like
processed.
the feeling of wool. Like, it surprises me that even though they have not all of them have a coating of plastic, but it doesn't feel like a woolly wool. But even then, they don't have to put their like 0.1% plastic. It's just bizarre. Anyway, I'm not interested in using those products. And I do know that they have since started to come up with other processes that are less damaging to the environment. I take that with a pinch of salt, but apparently. Anyway, all that to say, God.
It's a beautiful orange.
It's a beautiful orange. Anyway, so this is a cardigan. This is my summer cardigan. It's kind of coming into summer. So I'm making a summer cardigan, and the other day I took it to work because if I have a Zoom meeting, I can knit at work. It's blooming brilliant. So I'm knitting this, but I was wearing my vest, my blue vest, and it's hilarious because it's basically the same design. It turns out that I really like this honeycomb pattern. It's got it on the back. And I really like this, I don't know what it's called, like, I don't know.
It's like a ribbing.
No, it's not ribbing, it's like, yeah. Anyway, exactly the same pattern. But anyway, whatever. I do like the pattern. I love honeycomb. I wanted to do honeycomb for such a long time, and I was slightly scared. And then I bit the bullet. It's so easy. You don't even have to look at the pattern. Does that happen to you? Like, you put something off for ages? Like,
yes, yep. And you're like, why did I not do this? Yeah.
Or with procrastinating, you know you have to do something, you put it off for 6 weeks, and it annoys you for 6 weeks, and then when you do it, it takes you 10 minutes.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, I should have done that.
Yep, I'm human like that. So anyway, so I'm really enjoying this. It goes quite quickly as well, because when I'm tired, I pick this up. There comes a point where you can't do any sort of fine work, and you have to just knit. So I do that. And I was knitting in the quiz night last night. Oh, thank you. my fancy bag for my pants.
She means trousers.
My trousers. My second-hand trousers from that something boutique. That chain of second-hand shops.
I don't know.
Well, they've got one in Wellington. I think they've got one here as well. But
They're
anyway, I
lovely.
love these trousers. And then when the crotch went, I was very upset. So I've saved them. So very happy with this. What else? Oh yeah, and then I've finished some things. Oh my God.
And you've finished this. Okay, talk about this and then I'll talk about it.
So this is my Scottish hat.
So beautiful.
So I just knitted the centre in a grey. That means Christina judges me because she thinks I'm getting really boring in my old age. And then I did a feather and fan pattern.
That's so
With some leftover
beautiful.
yarn. And this is how I wear it. So it's like perimenopausal woman going, switch off the heating! And then I can put this on.
Nice, nice.
What were you going to say?
Oh, so when you showed us this last Flosstube videos, you had a pink and a purple you were going to put on it. Or there was
Oh, I had to be a grown-up.
I love what you've done with it.
Well, I had to be a grown-up because I did the whole pink area. And when I started, because the pink is an alpaca, it's a New Zealand alpaca. And that was part of a gift that was given to me when I left. I used to be the manager of Knit World, which is a chain of wool shops in New Zealand, a long, long time ago. When Martin got made redundant the second time I got a job there as manager. I learned so much. If you want to learn more about knitting, work in a knit shop, in a wool shop. Anyway, they gave me that wool because it was alpaca and I'm Peruvian and it's like culturally appropriate, blah, 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 blah. So I start knitting and then I start getting this line here, this red line. And then the other red line appears and my skin starts getting really flaky and I've got these like red splotches. And I know it's because I'm allergic to alpaca. Mm-hmm. But there I am persevering. It's like, no, it's going to be all right. And at some point I just said to Martin, I just think I just need to accept that I'm allergic. But then I wanted to undo it nicely. I didn't want to lose my stitches before. So anyway, I literally spent one day knitting it and unknitting it.
Oh.
By the end of the day, I just looked undateable. And then once all the blotching has settled, like has appeared and it's taken residence, then my sinuses start playing up and that's like the precursor to the migraine. So I was like, Catherine, you have to be a grown-up.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna give those to my friend Mariana, who's from Bolivia. So that's also culturally appropriate that she should take my alpaca.
Well, I love the colours that you have settled on. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, so these are so this was my turmeric dyed yarn, and I don't mind if it fades. And this is American yarn, and this is Peace Fleece. So these are all things that I've knitted with in the past. But I'd forgotten that with this one is the stuff that comes in a cone, and it has all the spinning oils in it yet. So when I put it to soak to block it, the water turned black immediately. And I was like, well, that turmeric's not going to show. So it's not quite as vibrant, but I still think
It still
nice.
looks lovely.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this. I love it. And it can be a blanket, or it can be a shawl, or it can be a baby.
Multi-use.
Multi-uses, yes. There's mistakes, but I don't care. So I'm super happy with this. So I need to cast on another shawl. So that was that. But I'm very proud of myself today because in my lunch hour, the ironing board was out.
Ooh, that's like twice in it's a new month. But
Well,
you
this
know.
year a few times. Yeah. So if you're of a delicate nature, don't look. But the crotch. So my fat bits are my inner thighs. So that's where things go fast. Mm-hmm. Like bad. So I had some black linen, so I've put it on underneath, and I've done lots of mending. Can you see the massive hole there? That's got black linen behind now, and that massive hole. And I say, when people say, "Oh, linen's so great," the more you wear it, the softer it gets. Like, no, that statement belongs to really old linen. Nothing is produced to that standard. New linen is super thin. It just doesn't last.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I really love these dungarees. So I'll just continue darning things. That's okay.
Excellent.
And then the other thing, because I was doing that crazy ironing thing, doing that intense ironing thing, I should say, I realized that this belt bit, it has like this bit here, it kind of flopped forward. It kind of looked weird because of course that's where my tummy is, so it doesn't sit flat. So I just pinned it. I just did it with stitches. I just pinned it down.
Nice.
So visual trickery. And I really like that it's now got these little dimples, which I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, you can kind of just make out little dimples there where my stitches are, which I think is super cute.
So was it just like a loose flap in the fabric?
It's designed like that.
Yes, yeah.
But I think it's designed for like a size 10.
Yeah, where
which
it
I am
doesn't
not.
ever touch skin or rub against anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 14 having had children. So, anyway. And because I love these dungarees, remember that fabric that I bought?
Yes.
For the curtain fabric that was Laura Ashley for $2, and I was super excited. Well, I asked my youngest, my baby, I said one day, oh, shall I make those dungarees for you with this fabric? And I knew she loved the fabric. So I just copied the pattern from the dungarees I've just shown you, and I made her a pair of dungarees.
Oh, you're such a good mum.
I know, right? I mean, I'm not sure how many points I get now, but I'll get points later. She looks so cute in this.
So she's worn them then?
Yeah. Yeah, she really likes them. I made them baggy, much baggier than mine are.
I think it's a thicker fabric. The one obviously it's a curtain fabric, but
it's much thicker than the linen, yes.
Yeah.
So I made her a pocket. I was being good mummy. I've done like double line sewing. Like I made an effort. No, don't look inside. I haven't made an effort there. I made an effort, and then it crisscrosses at the back, and I did the diamond thing so it wouldn't flop. And it's got a little bit of elastic here, but not all around, so it's super loose. It's baggier than her size, and she's tall. I don't know how tall she is, but she's tall. So we have to buy her tall clothing. But then when it arrives, it's like she's the shortest of that range. So we buy things from the UK for her, and it's the shortest of that range. But that still means that she can't go to the shops and buy standard.
Yeah.
So it was just really nice to be able to make her a pair of trousers that would look really nice on her.
it's gorgeous.
Which it does. Yes, and I think she's happy with these. I know that she's happy because this is what she does. She puts it in her bag. I said, sweetie, you could just fold it nicely.
Nah. So but she's taking them, which is,
Oh no, she looks amazing in this, and I know she likes it, so that's really great.
Excellent.
Yes. And I'm pleased because it's not a project that's just kind of malingered.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
It's done.
Yes.
Did you have much fabric left over?
I have enough to make myself a top. I'm going to make myself a top. You know that orange one that I have with a different fabric at the front? I'm going to make something like that.
Excellent.
Or something, yeah. I always use my fabrics.
Yeah.
It's funny because even though I probably have 25 cents worth of fabric left, it just feels like a waste not to use this. I'm going to find something to use it for. Anyway, purchases?
Just for you.
Okay. So I ordered some wool, and I didn't mention it at the last floss tube, but I'd forgotten to bring it, and that was that. So I'm showing you now. And the reason I love this company because it's run by Susan B. Anderson, who's a amazing knitter and lovely person from America. She lives in America, in the cold bit. Where would it be? Is it the Midwest? I think it's the Midwest. Whatever. She's lovely. And she was a knitter, and she's published books and blah, blah, blah. And at some point she just decided to open her own yarn company. So she has an online yarn company called Barrett Wool, because apparently the Barrett is from Susan B. Anderson, because you know how some women change their name when they marry? So she changed her name when she married, and then she missed her surname, so she used it for her company.
It's awesome.
But I love the packaging. It was just super, cool.
Yeah.
And I also love the packaging. So it came, and this is off topic now, but I really like that on the packaging it said, reuse me. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Eco Enclose, 100% recycled poly mailer. because I know the fashion is to send you like super pretty packaging. Like people do the pretty packaging with lots of the stickers and stuff, which is very cute. Possibly not the best for the environment. So when it like leaning towards positive for the environment comes across, I was super excited. So this is the label. Oh, Wisconsin. Also, she lives in Wisconsin. So I bought Wisconsin woolen spun, and these are my 2 colors. So I am going to make a shawl with these. I think they're so gorgeous.
They're
Blue, one of my favorite colors,
beautiful.
and I'm middle-aged, so of course I like mustards. It's a thing. This is not the true color. I think
No, they're a bit darker, a bit more subdued there. That's probably about right.
this is correct for the blue.
Yeah. That's
This
correct,
for the brown.
Yeah.
It's like a mustardy brown, but kind of with a lot of iron in it. Mm. It is very
It's quite
gorgeous.
a rusty colour. Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah,
Goldy
it is.
rust.
It's like a goldy, rusty mustardy, yeah. And it's woolen spun, which is very warm and light. So I'm excited about this. This will be a shawl.
Excellent.
I bought 4. So the nice thing about making a shawl is that you knit until you run out of wool. It's great.
So how did you decide to get 3 of the mustard ones and only 1 of the blue?
Because I've knitted a lot of shawls.
Okay.
So I can do, this will be the body of the shawl.
Sure,
And
and
this
that's the
will
trim.
be the border with lace.
Sure.
This is normally what I end up doing because I have lots of stitch books. So I know the shape that I like. I like a triangular shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
In fact, I was watching Cranford this evening. And I did notice 2 of the ladies wearing their shawls tied at the back like they used to. It's very cute. Very inspo-y. So that's it. And then the last thing, which was just miraculous. Who would have thought it?
Yeah.
I went to the beach in Port Chalmers, which is only a small community. Like 1,000 people live here. And we're coming back from the beach and someone's doing a garage sale. And first I spotted stained glass. But it turned out not to be stained glass. It was just leaded glass. So I was not interested. She had textiles. So I bought myself some Turkish panniers,
They're beautiful.
which I love. So these are obviously woven. And the lady bought them in Turkey. So I love Kiwis. They're just like so intrepid. They're intrepid travelers, right? So she went to Turkey. She said it's naturally dyed. She bought it in the 70s. She's a bit older than me. But also, look at the colours. The colours that hadn't caught the sun are incredibly vibrant.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah. And it's funny because this was not expensive. Because my husband was like, he doesn't get it. It smells of horse. Oh, this is the beautiful side. This is the beautiful side. But look at the colours as well. Super intense, where the sun didn't reach. But there is damage, so...
So I'm assuming when this lady brought it was already a used product.
Yeah. I suppose what would have happened is that someone did use it as panniers, like either horse or donkey panniers. And at some point, when they're trying to put things in the pannier and it's got holes, they decided they need a replacement. So somebody would have put it in a market somewhere because they know that tourists like these things. And they got themselves a proper one without holes. Anyway, it was inexpensive. And then she said, have you seen the state of it? I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't expect it to be perfect when it's this old. But yeah, this is the beautiful side. And the nice thing is that for the little housey,
You can hang it over.
I can hang it over something and I can put things in it. So it's not complete waste of, it's like a utilitarian product.
Yep.
So yes, you can put it over there now. 'Cause this has got, like, oh, this has got a lot of nature in it. So that's it. That is it.
That's it. So that's us.
Yes.
So I hope everyone has a good next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hang on. What did we ask? If you know of our Barbara Anna interview, please let us know.
Yeah.
And we should say thank you for all the comments.
Yes, thank you so much for all the people who comment and subscribe and do all that jazz. It's much
Oh,
appreciated.
don't mind that. Kidding. But it is lovely to see the comments. It's always really nice. I like commenting with people, like toing and froing. So you're going to continue, I'm going to continue, and we will see you in a fortnight.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good fortnight.
Bye.
See ya.